Okay. Last class we stopped at. We did preparations of excellent. We did preparations of alkyl halides, haloalkanes किया था ना? हाँ. And I think we did Lucas reagent. ठीक है, Lucas reagent is used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. फिर PCl3 किया, PCl5 किया. Thionyl chloride in the presence of pyridine, absence of pyridine, SN2 and SNI होता है. Correct? No. Let's continue. मैंने दो reactions घर से पढ़ के आने बोले थे, but let's do them. The first reaction that we have, people, is in halide exchange reaction. चलो. Which is the first halide exchange reaction, people? Finkelstein's reaction. Okay. Now what happens in Finkelstein's? Let's say हमारे पास we have chloroalkane or bromoalkane. Okay. We want to exchange chlorine or bromine with iodine. हम क्या यूज करते हैं? NaI in the presence of dry acetone. Correct. यहाँ पे कौन सा मैकेनिज्म फॉलो होता है पीपल? SN2. So remember SN2 है, so the product will have inversion of configuration. यहाँ पे what do we get, people? We get RI. ठीक है, please remember here inversion of configuration. ठीक है, and NaCl or NaBr. Now एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं इसका. Let's say we have something like this. ठीक है, and NaI in the presence of acetone. मेरा प्रोडक्ट कैसे दिखेगा? क्या कर दो यहाँ पे? ठीक है, 100% inversion of configuration. Did you people get that? चलो, एक और अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है, थोड़ा सा अलग है एक्सेप्शन में. लेट्स टेक दैट एग्जाम्पल. What will happen here, people? Step 1. In place of Br हम क्या लिखेंगे अभी? I. But configuration inverted. So I over here and I यहाँ पे, and what do we have? H Me and however because of the bulkiness of iodine, because of large size of iodine, ये थोड़ा unstable है. थोड़ा सा heat कर दिया, correct. And what we get here is a simple way में बना देता हूँ. You get a trans product. Correct. Because iodine is a really good leaving group. ठीक है, यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ मैं, iodine is a good so basically what we have here is trans but to ene. That is what you get your product as. ठीक है, this was Finkelstein's. Next halide exchange reaction कौन सा था people? Swarts reaction. Swarts reaction को fluorination reaction है. 11th standard में किया था already ये. Let's do it again. Swarts reaction. What happens in same Swarts reaction में I have RCl or I have RBr. Correct. कौन कौन से फ्लोरिनेटिंग एजेंट्स we had written? We had written AgF, Hg2F2, excellent, COF3 and SbF3. These are fluorinating agents that we can use. This also follows which mechanism? SN2. And यहाँ पे what are we going to get people? R. F. Depending upon what you use. I think 11th standard में we wrote AgX वाला example. ठीक है? This is Swarts reaction. ठीक है? So what reaction number was halide exchange reaction? No, it's part of halide exchange. 7th was done. Na? ठीक है, चलो next 8th. Now we did reaction with phosphorus trihalide and phosphorus pentahalide. ठीक है, तो उसका एक और reaction है. We can say this is like preparation of Geminal dihalides. People, what were Geminal dihalides? Two halogens on the same carbon atom, they are called as Geminal dihalides. So let's say if I take an aldehyde, react the aldehyde with PCl5. When you react the aldehyde with PCl5, हमको मिलता है RCH aldehydes will give you terminal Geminal dihalides. What do you mean by terminal? The halogen will be present on terminal carbon. तो यहाँ पे हमको क्या मिल रहा है people? Terminal Geminal halide. Did you people get that? And if I use a ketone instead of an aldehyde, if I use a ketone, R C double bond O R dash. If I use a ketone with PCl5, and I have over here R C what will you call this as? A non-terminal Geminal dihalide. Did people get that? Yes or no? इसी पे बेस्ड ना ये एक होमवर्क क्वेश्चंस का सेट भी बनाया है मैंने, ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे देखो, द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द रिएक्शन इज फ्रिडल-क्राफ्ट्स असाइलेशन. तो पहले उसका फ्रिडल-क्राफ्ट्स असाइलेशन करना एंड देन विद PCl5, ठीक है. NaNH2 रिमेंबर 11th स्टैंडर्ड का वो रिएक्शन है, एलिमिनेशन. यस, ठीक है. तो इसको कंप्लीट करने ट्राई करना. दिस क्वेश्चन एंड ये देखो, द फर्स्ट टू क्वेश्चन ये जो है NaI, सो दिस इज फिंकलस्टीन्स, ठीक है. तो फिंकलस्टीन रिएक्शन है, दोनों ध्यान से करना, प्रोडक्ट बराबर बनाना. रिमेंबर इन्वर्जन ऑफ कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, ये वाला क्वेश्चन और ये वाला क्वेश्चन भी करना. NBS क्या था पीपल? N-bromosaccinamide. Allylic substitution, लास्ट क्लास हमने किया था, we did that in allylic substitution. So ये भी करना. एक दो और क्वेश्चन अभी ऐड करूंगा, ठीक है. अभी तो स्टार्ट किया. चलो, Swarts, Finkelstein done, then preparation of Geminal, Dihalide. Let's do the next one. The name of the reaction is Hunsdiecker reaction, ठीक है. अब हंसने की कोई जरूरत नहीं, ई है बीच में, ठीक है. Now what exactly is Hunsdiecker reaction? It's a very important reaction. चलो, now you start with RCOOH. What is RCOH, people? Carboxylic acid. So carboxylic acid से start किया. We have carboxylic acid plus AgNO₃. Okay, what you get here is a silver salt of carboxylic acid we have a silver alkanoate बोलो या silver salt of carboxylic acid. Now this silver alkanoate with X2 and CCl4, non-polar solvent, and usually X over here is either bromine or chlorine. So what we get here is you get Rx plus AgX plus CO2. This reaction is used to decrease carbon chain. Okay, थोड़ा सा mechanism देखते, then let's pick some examples in this. RCO, so you have O minus and Ag plus. यहाँ पे you have Br2, ठीक है. So Ag plus किसके साथ हम ले लेंगे people? तो we get something like this, RCOO Br plus AgBr. I'm not writing that AgBr. Then break it like this. So you get alkyl का free radical COO, एक यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉन है, एक यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉन है, and you get Br radical. This comes here, this comes here. ये क्या बन गया people? CO2 R and Br gives you what? R. Usually the reaction with bromine is more preferred rather than chlorine. I repeat, bromine के साथ reaction is more preferred. समझा इधर तक? With me? कोई एक simple सा example ले लो, because I want to show decrease in carbon chain. चलेगा, propanoic acid से कर लेते हैं. So if I start with propanoic acid, plus what do we have, people? AgNO₂. What salt will I get here? Silver propanoate I repeat, silver propanoate. I'm not writing the name. जब आप copy करो तो आप लिख लेना. And then let's say if we have Br2, non-polar solvent CCl4, what do we get? CH3 CH2 Br. So the acid had how many carbons? But the bromoalkane that we get, the 2 carbon wala bromoalkane, that's why we say that this reaction is used to decrease carbon chain. Plus what do we have? AgBr plus we have CO2. Did you will get that? Yes or no? However, let's say there's something like this. Silver tert butanoate. And then we're performing the same reaction, Br2 and what did we have? CCl4. Instead of getting an alkyl halide, what we get over here is we get an alkene. Samjha people? I repeat. Instead of an alkyl halide, what do we get here? We get an alkene. बाकी का reaction समझाइए people? Elimination mechanism होता है, ठीक है? तो बस एक structure, this should be C double bond O O minus and Ag plus. Structure थोड़ा गलत बनाया था, ठीक है? And और कौन सा गैस रिलीज होता है? CO. Chain reduction हुआ ना? This is 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons and this the fifth one. क्लास के बाद अगर चाहे तो मैकेनिज्म करते हैं, ठीक है? Because when this would, अगर थोड़ा हम समझने की कोशिश करें, when you get this, ठीक है, you get a tertiary free radical and उधर का एक H with the second Br will form HBr because elimination हो रहा है ना वहाँ पे, ठीक है? चलो नेक्स्ट एक एग्जाम्पल और एक है थोड़ा सा एक्सेप्शन में. So we have RCO O minus Ag plus I2 and CCl4. Complete this reaction for me. इसको करेंगे तो क्या मिलेगा? You'll get R I plus AgI plus C. But if you perform the same reaction, ये यहाँ पे जैसे the molar ratio that we take is, let's say, 1:1. But if you perform the same reaction with excess of silver alkanoid, 2:1. What you get here is, we get an ester. Getting that? So if we use 1:1, we'll get an alkyl iodide. But if we use 2:1, तो हमको क्या मिलता है इधर वो ester. Did you people get that? Pause करते हैं ना. So this was, people, preparation number 9. Let's go ahead with the next one. So I have alcohol. The next two preparations are very easy. I have alcohol in the presence of red phosphorus and halogenation. We're just like performing halogenation, but in the presence of red phosphorus. Here X can either be chlorine or bromine. What we get is, we get RX. Okay. And the last one, you take alcohol ROH plus NaI in the presence of 95% orthophosphoric acid. What we get here is, we get alkyl iodide. Now this reaction is important because you get really good yield of iodoalkane or alkyl iodide by this method. Getting that? All these reactions will also come in alcohols in the form of all the, ये preparation of alkyl iodide है, तो वहाँ पे you can say it's reaction of alcohol. ठीक है? This completes the preparation methods of haloalkanes. We now move on to the chemical properties. Yeah, you can say reactions of haloalkane. And the first set of reactions of haloalkanes that we're going to do in reactions को हम बोलते हैं, people, already done 11th standard, nucleophilic substitution reaction. कौन कौन से mechanism थे ये? SN1 and ठीक है, SN1 and SN2. चलो, let's start with the first one. Basic general reaction लिखते हैं SN1 and SN2 का. RX alkyl halide plus aqueous NaOH or KOH, does it really matter? क्या मिलेगा? व्हाट्स द प्रोडक्ट? ROH plus NAX. How do I know when will it follow SN1? Yeah, when will it follow SN2? SN1 was stable carbocation formation. Tertiary alkyl halide. Secondary alkyl halide. And primary alkyl halide. What about SN2? It's the same but opposite. Primary alkyl halide greater than secondary alkyl halide, and then we have tertiary alkyl halide. Next, tell me, SN1 takes place in the presence of weak nucleophile and a polar protein solvent. What about SN2? Strong and a protein polar. पूरा लिस्ट लिखा था DMF DMS. सो याद है सब? पूरा लिस्ट पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्लास विल डू क्वेश्चंस. इसलिए अभी सिर्फ बेसिक नाम लिख रहे रिएक्शन का. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट वन. सेकेंड, we have RX, same reaction plus aqueous AgOH, which is obtained from moist silver oxide. What will you get here, people? Same thing, वापस से ROH plus AgX. Next, third reaction, RX. Now this time the nucleophile is KCN, alcoholic potassium cyanide. What will you get here? Potassium cyanide second. RCN plus KX. What do you call RCN as? You can either call it as alkane nitrile, or you can call it as alkyl cyanide. I repeat, alkane nitrile, or you can call it as alkyl cyanide. With me till here? Bolo yes or no? Now, look at the next reaction. I have RX alkyl halide plus alcoholic AgCN. क्या मिलता है यहाँ पे? RNC. Excellent. Alkyl isocyanide plus so why are we getting isocyanide in case of AgCN? And why are we getting alkyl cyanide in case of alcoholic KCN? Yeah, we need to really understand this. We go back to coordination. What is the nature of the ligand CN? It's a monodentate, but it's an ambidentate. What do you mean by ambidentate? The donation can take place. Yes. So CN can act as a donor. So can both act as donors simultaneously? No. ठीक है. So first thing हमें क्या याद रखना है कि as we know that it's an ambidentate nucleophile. ये हमने किया था पहले. Pardon me. ठीक है. It's monodentate, but only one donor at a time. Ambidentate बोलते थे हम उसे. Then why is CN यहाँ पे donating and why is nitrogen over here donating? When KCN में, what's the nature of the bond between K and CN? It's an ionic bond. याद आ रहा है people यहाँ पे? This is an ionic bond. But what about in AgCN?
Covalent bond.
Yes. The nature is covalent. ये पहले किया गया हमने? नहीं. Okay. ठीक है. And that is why KCN में that bond breaks, CN donate करता है. But in AgCN में Ag और C का bond break होता. So bonding takes place via nitrogen और जब वो bond form होता है then Ag and C का bond break होता है. Did you people get that? Yes or no? समझ सबको? इधर तक with me? अब थोड़ा सा ना इस दोनों रिएक्शन में से ऊपर जो थर्ड वाला रिएक्शन है उसको थोड़ा एक्सटेंड करते हैं. What I mean by that extend करते हैं is I have Rx plus alcoholic KCN. क्या मिलता है यहाँ पे? RCN, which is alkyl cyanide. Now you take this cyanide and you perform reduction. Sodium plus ethanol or LiL H4. You use any reducing agent. ठीक है? Reduction बोल रहा हूँ या basically what are we performing? What you get is R CH2 NH2. What is RCH2 NH2? Excellent. Primary amine. Nomenclature क्या था याद है किसी को? क्या मिलता था हमें यहाँ पे? Alkanamine. Getting that? I also want you to understand this. It's like increasing a carbon chain, increasing a carbon atom in the chain. For example, converting, let's say, chloromethane to ethanamine. So the intermediate that you go through is KCN. Reaction actually आएगा in the preparation of amines का chapter में, but पहले से उसको करके रख देता है. With me? So, alkyl halides, haloalkanes with alcoholic KCN will give you alkyl cyanides. Cyanides on reduction or cyanides on hydrogenation produces primary amines. क्या produce करता है people? Primary amines. ठीक है? Excellent, Shan. Very good. Very good, Arya. ठीक है? Now, if you perform hydrolysis of cyanide, तो ये हमारा RCN है. Let's say I'm adding water. H इधर, OH over here. Correct? Because ऐसा आएगा ना resonance के बाद. So what do we have here? R C. What do you have on C? OH. Double bond N H. With me till here? Basic just H2 add किया. Okay. Now H from here bonds to nitrogen and double bond यहाँ पे आता है. Excellent. What we have done here is tautomerism. So So what do you get when you tautomerize this? R C double bond O bond NH2. What is this R C double bond O NH2? Alkan amide. Excellent. Primary amide bolo. Alkanamide. So you can go from alkyl halides to alkyl cyanides. From alkyl cyanides on hydrolysis, you first go to primary amide, your alkan amide. Primary amide actually R पे depend करेगा, but you can go to amide. बराबर. Now take the alkanamide. कंटिन्यू उसका हाइड्रोलिसिस. What is that? NH3. And what's left? RCOOH. Carboxylic acid. Did you people get that? These are थोड़ा सा flow reaction जो हमको आने चाहिए. So once again, alkyl halide to alkyl cyanide. Cyanides on reduction will go to amines, and on hydrolysis they first go to amides. Amides on further hydrolysis go to carboxylic acid. Did you people get that? Now whenever we are studying, pause कर दे उसको. So let's continue. So we did 4 reactions. First was with NaOH, KOH, then दूसरा with silver, moist silver oxide, potassium cyanide, and then silver cyanide. Next reaction देखते हैं people. Reaction number 5. We have RX plus alcoholic KNO₂, potassium nitrite. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी प्लीज थोड़ा ध्यान देना, because we are going to do the same reaction, but instead of potassium, just like KCN, potassium की जगह पे क्या आ जाएगा people then? Ag. But the difference is in potassium nitrite. Okay, we have KON. Okay, this is actually not a. This should be like K plus. But over here we have AgN. And it's like this. Now what do we get here in first case? KX and RON. Pardon. Sorry. Yeah, this is KX. And what do we have here, people? R, we directly draw RNO₂. So the alkyl group here is bonded to, but the alkyl group here is bonded to. Both look RNO₂, but दोनों में difference है. This will be called as nitroalkane. नाइट्रो नाइट्रीटो कुछ याद है क्या वो? ONO को क्या बोलते थे हम? नाइट्रो ओ नाइट्रीटो बोलते थे ना, और ये NO2 को क्या बोलते थे? नाइट्रो, नाइट्रीटो N नाइट्रीटो O ऐसे भी बोला था. So दो exceptions, one in case of KCN and AgCN, the other in case of KNO₂ and AgNO₂. Did you people get that? Yes or no? समझा सबको? ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट. RX plus same silver salt of carboxylic acid क्या मिलेगा पीपल यहाँ पे? दिस कम्स आउट. ठीक है, चलो बेटर बॉक्स बनाते. व्हाट डू यू गेट हियर? AgX and ester. Do you people remember the nomenclature for esters? Excellent. Alkyl alkanoate. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट. RX alkyl halide plus alcoholic ammonia I'm just writing NH3 as HNH2. ठीक है, अल्कोहलिक अमोनिया है. क्या बाहर निकल रहा है यहाँ पे? क्या मिला? R NH2 plus, so what do we have here is primary amine, alkanamide. Did you will get that? For this to happen, we take sort of ammonia in excess. If you take the alkyl halide in excess, the reaction will continue. From primary amine, you will get a secondary amine. Secondary से बनेगा tertiary, tertiary से बनेगा quaternary ammonium salt. We will do that in amines वाले chapter में. बस reaction का नाम यहाँ पे याद रखना. That reaction will be called as ammonolysis. हाँ, hydrogen halide. चलो, one more for the day. Last. RX is alkyl halide plus Mg. Excellent. क्या मिलता है? In the presence of pure and dry ether क्या मिल गया पीपल? ये RMgX, पुराना दोस्त. What is RMgX called as? Grignard's reagent. Nomenclature please for Grignard's reagent. Alkyl magnesium halide. कुछ याद आ रहा है? In just last 2 minutes. In Grignard's reagent, what is the nature of R? Excellent. R is a carb anion. जहां से भी चांस मिलेगा, it will extract a proton. So if you have RMgX, ठीक है, फिलहाल ऐसे बना रहा हूं, but it is R minus and MgX plus. And if I have, what is this? क्या extract करता है R? R minus will extract the H plus, क्या बन जाएगा वो, RH plus Mg OH. Can I use only H2? जहाँ पे भी R मिलेगा, H मिलेगा, so I can also use ROH, or I can have NH3, or I can have R NH2 primary amine. I can use carboxylic acid. Same reaction we've already done in 11th standard. Anywhere it finds H proton, सब जगह से it will extract what? So RH is going to be the common product plus Mg OR X. Second case में Mg X and NH2. Are you getting that? So wherever Grignard's reagent finds an H plus, it will extract the H plus. Did you will get that? Chalo. We stop here for the day. But before we, for the next class, I want you to just revise and come. Dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halides. Do you people remember कौन सा mechanism में हमने पढ़ा था ये? Even and ठीक है, and also please revise and come SN1 and SN2. Okay, next class stop here for the day. Next class continue करते हैं.